love the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most, the friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
And with that, we're off and running. Welcome in, everyone, to Championship Sunday at the 2024 ITA Conference Masters Championships. Alex Gruskin here. We got a battle on our hands. Oklahoma State sophomore Gracie Epps taking on All-American Old Dominion senior Sophia Johnson. Swirling winds in the background. This is probably our most difficult conditions we've had to play in all week. As, yeah, the wind likes to make its presence known here early. Gracie Epps, again, sophomore for Oklahoma State, originally out of Norman, Oklahoma. Transferred over to Oklahoma State this offseason for the start of year number 2. Just a fresh start for Gracie Epps. Dealt with so many injuries in her first year on the job. As she told us in her interview yesterday, really had to take 3 years off from competitive tennis due to those injuries, and for her to pick up her level this quickly in her first full fall on the job, it's a testament to her talent. Testament to her work ethic. Former blue chip recruit, was ranked as high as number 1 in her class back in 2019, so we know the tennis ability is there. She said for her, the two big things seem pretty intuitive, right? The fitness, the movement, the little steps in and out of corners. As Johnson gets her stretch there to force a deciding point. The other thing's just the competitive wherewithal, the focus required, point in, point out to get through a match at this level. She's shown it all week long here. It's going to take a little extra focus to get a first hold on the board. Deciding point coming up. As again, these swirling winds. Ripping in the background. You know they're going to play a factor in the match we see today. Opening break for Old Dominion, Sophia Johnson, One Love opening set. And of course, for Sophia Johnson, got a day off yesterday. I'm sure much appreciated. Given the quantity of tennis we played here this week. It was a doubleheader for all those players who didn't receive a first round bye on Thursday. Quarterfinals Friday, semifinals obviously yesterday for Sophia Johnson. No tennis yesterday, she received a withdrawal. Katja Wiersholm went down with an illness, unfortunately, so Sophia Johnson advancing through to this final. Didn't drop a set, neither of her first two wins either, and how well the All-American senior has struck the ball this week. You felt like it was going to be when, not if. She qualified for the NCAA tournament. Well, that when is today. Sophia Johnson serving One Love opening set. Worth noting also happening right now here on the grounds of the Rome Tennis Center in Rome, Georgia. Men's singles final, Sebastian Domingo taking on Pacific's Thiago Silva. Domingo, I should say, the Notre Dame junior. That match has its own feed. Chris Hallior's on the call, so again, if you're looking for the men's singles final, make sure you open that stream as well, wherever it is you're watching today's action. Takes a lot at this level to win any point. Show you that one more time. Excellent offense there from Gracie Epps. Keep in mind yesterday an Epps 7-6, 6-2 victory over Onyolomo Quadri. There were 8 breaks of serve in the opening set. Gracie Epps can take control of a point early. She doesn't let go of the reins. Fun matchup here between two first strike-centric players. It's breakpoint chances for Gracie Epps. Of course, Sophia Johnson, the senior out of London, England. All-American in singles last year after she reached the round of 16 at the NCAA singles tournament. She was also Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. First team all-conference, singles and doubles. As you hear roars in the background, we also have consolation action going on here across the grounds. Ooh, 2 other matches to keep an eye on. So Gracie Epps does break. Tone has been set. First strike is the name of the game. 1-1 here opening set. I do want to quickly flash some other action we got going on the grounds. Important to keep an eye on, so I'll be sure to do that here on this stream. You see on the bottom of your screen 3 NCAA double qualifiers emerging from this ITA Conference Masters Championship event. Well, we've already handed out 4 of the spots. Our 2 finalists for the men, Sanchez and Martinez and Jovanovic of Mississippi State, Domingo and Nat of Notre Dame. They've clinched their spots. They'll compete in the doubles final later, but to the left of your screen, it's our 3rd, 4th place matches. Why are those important? Sophia Johnson just so effective off that backhand wing. But again, those 3-4 matchups, winner of the battles on court 20, court 22, they're headed to Waco, Texas for the NCAA Championship tomorrow. On the bottom left of your screen, you see break points for our top seeds from Vanderbilt. And in fact, they break Celia Belmore, the senior, Sophia Webster, taking on Irene Riva, the sophomore, Maddie Ferreros, the senior from Sacramento State. Top left of your screen, Quinn Snyder, Azuma Visaya, redshirt senior junior pairing for Hawaii. They're taking on Vasco Prada, Matias Iturbe, I believe both juniors for UNC Charlotte. Again, winner of those matches headed to the NCAA tournament, so we'll keep our eye on them. Set points, break points, match points, I'll be sure to pop into it. In the meantime, we'll go back full screen. But we do have action right now you might want to keep an eye on at the Rome Tennis Center. Of course, you can find links to everything on the We Are College Tennis ITA website. Back over to our women's singles final we go. Gracie Epps serving 1-1, 15-1. Gripped and ripped. Backhand wing is the wing where it feels like there's just a little more sound, a little more firepower. Excellent line drive tennis from Sophia Johnson. Oh. Oh, this is what NCAA quality tennis should look like. You gotta have pace off both wings. Have to be able to generate consistent depth. Both these players doing that early. They're feeling out the form. Sophia Johnson. Excuse me, it's Gracie Epps. Holds for 2-1 opening set. Alex Gruskin here again. ITA Conference Masters Championship singles final. One more time happening on our others. Courts there, you see a deuce point coming up. We'll put that in the big screen. Snyder holds that deuce. Oh no, excuse me. I think that's a justified mistake. Hawaii also wears that shade of green. So I stand corrected. That's the big man. Iturbe holding for UNC Charlotte. As Webster serves up a break, 2-1 opening set. We'll go back full screen again, women's singles final. But of course, we will continue to keep an eye on our NCAA qualifying doubles 3-4 matches here. Can Sophia Johnson do to create on a windy Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time start? That's early for a championship final. These players got to hit the road, though. They got to get back to class. Taste of the firepower in the possession of Gracie Epps there, just able again to step in so comfortably when given time off both wings. The contact point's never gone away. That's perfect though, response. And it's a bigger backswing. Slightly more extreme grip for Johnson on that forehand wing. You see it, right? How pronounced. We get the back end of those strings. Then you see the back face of the racket before she extends into it. Meanwhile, there's never a doubt. You understand why that backhand's so effective. Concise, consolidated backswing. And it's break point chances again for Gracie Epps. It's her positioning on the return of serve. It feels like every return she's taken, 2-3 steps inside the baseline, and then just from there, again, able to dictate so easily with that forehand, impressively so. Break point chances coming. It's a perfect response. That's perfect. And I love the technique on the backhand volley. Hold that follow through. It's got to stay strong through the finish. Let's show it to you one more time again. Was it the most technically astute footwork there on that backhand approach? No, but the spot she hit to paint the line, to drag Johnson that far into the outer third. Gracie Epps strikes first. It's another break of serve. She leads 3-1 opening set. Yeah, Sophia Johnson responds, and anyone who's watched the All-American compete, you just got to know she doesn't roll over. Can go right back to the line and get back swinging. And even when it's through the center, depth like that on the backhand, it's tough to deal with. Yeah, a little at-court luck, sure. But it's the mindset. The mindset on display to keep on swinging. Breakpoint chances for Johnson. I thought she might have found that forehand. It's a high level. Both these players securing their spot already into the NCAA tournament draw in Waco. These first 5 games have showed you why. I thought Sophia Johnson's firepower would just be a step up from what Gracie Epps had seen thus far. I guess she got a taste of it in Onyolomo Quadre yesterday. Gracie Epps' level is just back. That's one of my biggest takeaways. Yes, Johnson just broke back for 2-3. Sophia Johnson very much in this match. Again, this is going to be a pick-em, an either-or sort of affair. College tennis is a better place when its best players are healthy and playing their best. And it's good to see Gracie Epps getting closer to doing that. Fun level to start here, 2-3 on service. Again, we go back, peek in on our doubles matches, NCAA qualifying matches, 3-4 battles. There's an energy, a spirit for the Sacramento State pairing of Riva and Ferreros. Yes, they're down here early. Do not write them off. NCAA tournament berth on the line, a place Sacramento State could not have been often, at least individually, as again, they break back for 2-4, so we'll keep our eye on it. Back to our singles final, though, we go. Sophia Johnson serving 2-3, has yet to put a hold on the board. That'll work. Yeah, I think that's going to be the play. If you're Gracie Epps, you got to go high and heavy through that Sophia Johnson forehand wing. She's just not going to give you anything free on the backhand side. If you're Johnson, you keep spreading the court with your aggression. 2 balls here, 1 ball there. Got to keep Gracie Epps on the move. Chair confirms a little long. Okay, service game gets a little tricky. I think that's the right miss. I think that's the right swing for Johnson. Sailed on her a little bit. Yeah, it's perfectly painted, Sophia Johnson. That's exactly it. Got to keep swinging through the misses. Game point chance for the All-American. Love that. Love that play. She has been slugging away for 6 straight games. The off speed, I didn't expect it. Did you? What an excellent choice there from Johnson. Just keeps on slugging, and boy, I don't know if I ever want to serve to that wing if I have a choice. Sophia Johnson just connects on that backhand so perfectly. first break point fought off by Epps. I like that off speed. Maybe you throw in a little bit more of that just to break up the contact point consistency Johnson's found. That's so good. Not quite enough on that drop shot from Johnson as Epps was ready for it. Continuing to get bad quicker and quicker. The recovery, the instinctual competitive rhythms and flows of the match. Gracie Epps finding it still. It's a lot of hard work. Still faces 2 more break points. Sophia Johnson strikes again. Breaks for 4-3. Scoreboard pressure now on the shoulders of Gracie Epps. On a windy Sunday morning here in Rome, Georgia. Right now it's the Old Dominion Monarch Johnson, the 4-3 lead. All right, let's go check back in on our doubles matches again. NCAA qualifying matches, UNC Charlotte's Iturbe Prada. Still nursing that early break lead. Meanwhile, breakpoint chances here for Riva and Ferreros to get back on serve. And Webster splits the middle. Impressive firepower from the freshman. Stay here for the deciding point, then we'll go back to our singles final. They choose to go to the senior Ferreros here on the return. Sacramento State breaks back from 4-1 to 4-all they go. All right, we'll keep an eye on it as we head back to our singles final. Sophia Johnson up a break 4-3 opening set. Yeah, starting to press a little bit. That's the pressure you feel because Sophia Johnson has been relentless. Has Gracie Epps on the run so frequently, right? If you were to assess 30 minutes in, whose pace are we playing at? Whose terms? Who's dictating the terms, I should say? Even on a seeming defensive point like that, I'd still answer it. Sophia Johnson's kind of doing what she wants to do. It's pretty impressive. Now we're talking. It's a glass half full, glass half take if you're Gracie Epps. The glass half full, she's played well. I mean, points like this, it's not the first time we've seen Gracie Epps work her way around the court and ultimately find herself in a winning position at the net. The problem is, again, the glass half empty. She's playing well. She's down 4-3, 40-30. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes good loses to great. That was great stuff off the racket of Sophia Johnson. She holds for 5-3. Show you this +1 backhand one more time. I mean, this is going to work at any level. And it's just such a smooth swing, such smooth technique. Ooh, quick triple box look. Here's why. Got double deciding points. So Prada and Iturbe hold for 5-3. They're a game away from the opening set. Meanwhile, from 4-1 to 4-all in our 3-4 match for the women, and it's 4-all deuce. You see it. Ferreros, Webster. From 4-1 down, that is 4 straight games for Riva and Ferrero. So 5-4, they take an opening set lead. Closing in on sets there. We'll go full screen, but again, I'll keep my eye on the scoreboard, try to grab those set points so we can enjoy them. Here's Gracie Epps, 3-5, serving to ask the question. 30 love here in her service game. I can't imagine it's often when she's been at her healthiest. Gracie Epps has come across someone who can match her backhand for backhand. It's been the case today, and again, it's a testament to the level Sophia Johnson has brought all week, all fall, all 2024. Heck, she was an All-American. Cheeky, 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 cheeky. It's a combination that works probably since the girls' tens for Sophia Johnson. Now, was it her best lob? Some scholars would say absolutely not. But dealing with the high backhand volley, particularly when your momentum is going 12 different directions, as it was for Gracie Epps, it sucks. It's really hard to deal with.
30 all, correct?
Correct indeed. 30 all, Gracie Epps. Thank you. That backhand's been the biggest weapon on the court today. And whenever she's found it, it's led to success. Love the little short forehand line behind Gracie Epps, forces her to pop something up. 2 set point chances here for the Old Dominion senior. It's a 6-3 first set for Sophia Johnson. Fantastic first 45 minutes of tennis. Was absolutely an either-or sort of set, but final 4 games go the way of the Old Dominion senior. So she takes the opening set 6-3. Meanwhile, here are Prada and Iturbe serving for the opening set. Moore and Webster a quick hold for 5-all. Now they've got to look in Rivan Ferreros' return game. Again, here on court for UNC Charlotte, Matias Iturbe, the senior from Buenos Aires, Argentina, serving on the near side. Redshirt junior Vasco Prada of Lisbon, Portugal originally. He's at the net. Visaya with the forwards white cap for Hawaii. He's on the ad side. He's the junior returning right now. Quinn Snyder, the redshirt senior. We're going to jump in mid-match. I got to set the scene for all of you so you know what you're watching. By the way, in our men's singles final, first set to top seed Sebastian Domingo. He takes it 6-3 as well. If you've been with us all week, you heard me say on day one, just eye test-wise, Domingo and Johnson were the clear-cut favorites. The weapons they possess, you probably trusted in a way you didn't trust anyone quite as much in the rest of the field, but tell you what, Visaya trusts that return. Breakpoint chances to extend the set. Remember, these 2 doubles matches for NCAA tournament berths. Vandy breaks for 6-5. They'll serve for the set. Hawaii breaks back. Set extended for 5-all. All right. Can we keep them to the side of our screen for a moment? The reason being, obviously, Vanderbilt serving for the opening set. In fact, you know what? Let's just put it in our big screen. That's what we want to watch. There's that fire. Again, Ferreros. Love it. Teammates getting after each other. They know the opportunity on hand. Part of this reinvigorated fall format, this pathway to the NCAA championships, you have to play your way in, and that has been a universally loved characteristic of this new path. Johnson's got a game point chance in her opening service game. Yes, I'm still keeping my eye on that singles final top left, but let's see what freshman Sophia Webster of Vanderbilt is made of. 15-30 here, trying to serve out the set. Got break point chances to force a breaker. Sophia Johnson does hold for one love. Sacramento State break, so it will be a tie break. 1-7, win by 2. All right, we're gonna put our singles final back in the big screen here. And that's just perfect. Yeah, if you're Grace Epps, what more can you do but shrug the shoulders? I mean, look at this angle. High and heavy to push Epps back, and then a little short angle, just insult to injury. That's a perfect forehand combo. Not good, not great, perfect. Sophia Johnson breaks, and she's just got the momentum. Gracie Epps searching for solutions, trailing 2-love. Meanwhile, tie breaks to decide the first sets of both of our third place, doubles matches. Again, a final NCAA qualifying spot on the line in both of those. Got to keep our eyes on the tie breaks as Sophia Johnson now setting a break. Can she consolidate? I like the aggressive swings. You have to take some risks if you're Gracie Epps. Unfortunately, Sophia Johnson's just there. Corner to corner she goes. Was waiting for a call, evidently. Sophia Johnson, no need to really make one. It must have missed by a comfortable margin. So Johnson does consolidate. She holds for 3 love. In the meantime, we'll take you to a split screen again. Our 2 third-place matches here, NCAA qualifying spots on the line. Oh, Vasai and Snyder, remember. Excuse me, Prada and Iturbe served for the opening set. Vasai and Snyder were able to break there. Snyder had the volley he wanted, just into the net it goes, so 4-1. UNC Charlotte lead. Meanwhile, the back and forth continues 3-all. First set breaker, Sophia Webster. Vanderbilt freshman serving, and Riva splits the middle. So mini break now for Sacramento State. And now it's 5-1 on the turn. We'll keep all 3 matches on our screen for now. Again, first set's coming to a close. They're not out of it yet. Mini break back for Vanderbilt, and now the set is on the racket of the senior, Celia Belmore. And then Riva finds the line, so back to 5-all we go. It's fun, isn't it? You feel the desperation. Now it's 2 points to Riva and Ferreros, and they've got set points. As does UNC Charlotte. So Gracie Epps has game point chances. We'll get back to that singles final in just one moment. In the meantime, here are 2 set points. You see the leap, you love it. The excitement palpable. Riva Ferreros, 7-6 first set for Sacramento State. As Epps did hold for 1-3. Here we go. Back on serve, but set points coming. And I don't know why I went to a triple box. I apologize. Another turn, 6-all. And just like that, another mini break, another set point. Can they convert this time? UNC Charlotte's Prada and Iturbe. It is indeed an opening set for UNC Charlotte's Prada Iturbe. 7-6 they take it. All right. So first sets to Sacramento State and UNC Charlotte in our 3-4 doubles battles. Meanwhile, this is a must-have game for Gracie Epps. Trying to disrupt the rhythm, the power tennis of Sophia Johnson, who's just kind of had whatever she's wanted here today. Call confirmed by the chair. Epps must have missed just long. So Sophia Johnson does put a hold on the board, and with it, she's got a 6-3, 4-1 lead. As we'll head back to our second sets in doubles. Moore Webster, the one love lead. Again, they were up 4-1 in that opening set. It's a credit to the fight of Riva Ferreros, able to fight their way back, take the opening set 7-6. Alex Gruskin here as we enter hour number 2. A reminder, coming up after this here on this stream, we'll have coverage of our doubles final. It'll be a fun one on the women's side. Savior pairing of Clara O and Abby Nugent taking on Appalachian State Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Romanashen. Of course, by the way, right now, men's singles final, Sebastian Domingo, 6-3, 3-all. He leads Pacific's Thiago Silva. That match available on its own feed here on the Cracked Rackets and ITA YouTube channels. Early second set, so we'll check back in on him in a little bit. Let's go full screen here. Gracie Epps trying to stay alive. Sebastian Domingo secures his break. So now the Notre Dame junior 6-3, 4-3 set and break lead in our men's singles final. Again, that match available here on the Cracked Racquets YouTube channel separately on its own feed for the men's singles and doubles finals. Excuse me. I mean, what more can you do there if you're Gracie Epps? Let's watch that one more time. The depth of the serve in the box, the depth of the +1 forehand.
You want this one?
Well-earned game point chances again. All right, this is a golden opportunity here. You just don't know how many more Gracie Epps is going to have on the return of serve, given the proficiency of Sophia Johnson and her attacking tennis today. So deciding point coming up. I think I'd go do side 2, yeah. I just don't want her playing that kick +1 winding forehand combo. That's been the most effective. Ooh, call confirmed by the chair. No, wow. Wow. It's the first time all week Sophia Johnson's blinked. Because of it. Gracie Epps is back in the match. It has always been a thin margin in this one. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. Back on serve we go, 6-3, 4-3, an unexpected twist as you see two very different stories emerging in second sets in our 3-4 battles again. NCAA doubles qualifying spot on the line. UNC Charlotte's team of Prada and Iturbe racing out to an early break, 7-6, 3-love lead. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt's Celia Bell-Moore, Sophia Webster, they were up 4-1 in the opening set. And clearly they've got their eyes on a third set breaker. Break point chances for 4-love in the second set. Vanderbilt breaks. All signs pointing towards a deciding set. 4-love for the top seeds. Head says triple box, heart says not quite yet. So let's go back full screen. Sophia Johnson. Oh, you thought she was going to roll over, take her foot off the gas? No. It's going to take serves like that from Gracie Epps to keep pace. That's a response from Gracie Epps. First serves deep in the box, and just again, this is the first 5-minute, dare I say, wave of errors we've seen from Sophia Johnson since the opening set. It's a credit to Gracie Epps for staying the course, and again for Epps, essentially 3 years off from competitive tennis due to injury. This is what she wanted to prove to herself. Don't roll over. Stay in a fight. Even if you're at the wrong end of it, come the result, just to prove to herself she still has this gear in her. She's answered that question. Yes, she does. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Of course, you look for Oklahoma State. They got a lot of pieces to replace. Last season, an undefeated regular season, national indoor champions. Obviously, the heartbreaking upset knocked out in the round of 16 by Tennessee. You look at what the pieces they're bringing back. Their top 2 players, Anastasia Komar, Obi Kajuru, both back, both already clinching their spots into the NCAA singles tournament. Now they're joined by sophomore Gracie Epps, the former blue chip recruit. Of course, in that round of 16 loss, Lucia Pyre, their number 3 singles player, top 50 player in the country. She tears her ACL. And you just wonder how healthy she'll be to start the season. But if she can come back, if she can re-find her form, now all of a sudden that top 4 is firing again. And yes, they still have to replace the bottom 3. Carrington, Miyamoto, Novak. But it is a strong foundation, those first 4. Missed it just a hair long. Yeah, it's just, again, it's easy contact. Easy firepower as Sophia Johnson holds for 5-4, so we stay on serve in the second set. It's going to be a fun finish, no matter what way we go in our women's singles final. Meanwhile, speaking of fun finishes, let's go the distance. There's an NCAA qualifying spot on the line. Give us a deciding set. That's what we get in our third-place doubles match. Celia Belmore, Sophia Webster, Vanderbilt. A 6-love second set to force the third set breaker. So first to 10, win by 2. I'm intrigued, so we're going to keep it on our screen. Meanwhile, it's official. Your 2024 ITA Conference Masters Men's Singles Champion, Notre Dame Junior Sebastian Domingo. 6'3", 6'4", he knocks out Pacific's Tiago Silva. We'll see both men in the NCAA singles field in Waco in about 9 days. Felt like it was when, not if, Domingo would reach that field, but again, certainly the lefty sending a message. I would call him a contender for the NCAA singles title, the former All-American, if he plays his best. Former current All-American, I suppose. Meanwhile, you saw a little dispute in the calls. Perfect touch volley there from Azuma Visaya. All right, they left the court on court 22. I want to have that third set breaker for us first ball to last, so I'll keep my eye on it. And when they resume play there, we'll go back to the triple box. Actually, we may have it on its own here. Sophia Johnson penetrating returns once again. She is 2 points away from the singles title. Match points, Sophia Johnson. Not yet. Well, you hate to see the tournament end like that because what a week it was for both Sophia Johnson and Gracie Epps, and they gave us a fantastic singles final today to enjoy. But in the end, it's the All-American Sophia Johnson. She was a match away from qualifying for the NCAA tournament at All-Americans. I think 2 matches away from qualifying for the NCAA tournament at regionals. Well, it was when, not if, she was going to get into that field. And last year, reaching the round of 16 earned her All-American status. This year, she'll have the opportunity to take things a step further. Your 2024 ITA Conference Masters Singles Champion. In 2024 has been the year of Old Dominion women's tennis, whether it's here at the collegiate level with Sophia Johnson, Conference Player of the Year, All-American, now back into the tournament, an ITA Conference Masters Champion. Or what about at the pro level? Yulia Starodubtseva, top 100 in the world, the former Old Dominion All-American Monarch. The hits keep on coming. It's a testament to what head coach Don Manila has built. And the program just keeps on firing. Champions. Sebastian Domingo. Sophia Johnson, your 2024 ITA Conference Masters Singles Champions. And so now we lock in 2 NCAA qualifying matches, a third set to decide our third place battle between Vanderbilt's Sophia Webster, Celia Belmore, and Irene Riva. Maddie Ferreros of Sacramento State. Meanwhile, Prada and Iturbe of UNC Charlotte, 1 game away from Waco. Match points. Put him in the history book. UNC Charlotte's Matias Iturbe, Vasco Prada, into the NCAA tournament, 7-6, 6-3. Finished third place at the Conference Masters, but again, they earn that coveted NCAA doubles main draw berth with their third place finish. What a way to recover. What a tournament for Hawaii's Azuma Visaya, Quinn Snyder. Team will be on the map for the Warriors all season long, but the day belongs to UNC Charlotte Iturbe Prada. NCAA tournament qualifiers. All right, let's go full screen for the third set breakers finish. They were up 4-love, but of course the fight of Maddie Ferreros, Irene Rivad has defined their time here in Rome this week. They're back in it 4-5. By the way, I do want to quickly show you now on court. Just very quickly. Women's doubles final. They're getting loose. Xavier's Owen and Nugent taking on App State's Dada Mescal and Romanishin. We'll have it for you first ball to last. In the meantime, we lock back in 5-all. Third set breaker. It was a rip. Play bold. Seven, 5 on the turn. Again, doubles final. Going to feature the Xavier pairing of junior Abby Nugent, freshman Clara Owen, taking on the App State pairing, junior Isabella Romanishin, junior Savannah Dada Mescal. Both teams having already clinched their spot into the NCAA tournament. That one's more for the trophy than anything else. But still, again, to walk away with this coveted Conference Masters Championship, one nominee from every conference, from SEC all the way through to the SWAC. Oh, I love that, though. It's been the play that's kept them in it. Ferrero's going to take some swings, take some risks. Obviously, at this stage, it's easy to say here in the broadcast booth, put that ball in play. But it's been that intent that has them in this fight. Still now, Vanderbilt back in control, 8-5. Mini break lead. That's too easy. Well, they took the scenic route to get here. 4 match points on the racket of Vanderbilt's Sophia Webster, Celia Belmore. Yeah, it's hit the ball over too soon. Whatever. It's a perfect way to seal it. And we'll show it to you one more time as it sends Vanderbilt to Waco, Texas. Freshman Sophia Webster said, "Give me that." And with it, Vanderbilt seals their spot. 6-7, 6-love, 10-5, now a tip of the cap. They were my favorite team to watch. Singles, doubles, didn't matter to the draw. I'm in. I'm Maddie Ferreros, Irina Riva. They just play with an energy, a spirit that epitomizes what college tennis is all about. Sacramento State hung tough. They fought, and you see the heads hung in disappointment. How could they not be still a tip of the cap? They were excellent. From 4-1 down, fought their way to that 7-6 first set, but in the end, just too good. Celia Belmore, Sophia Webster. They clinch their spots in Waco, Texas. And now, we play the waiting game. What are we waiting on? Hopefully it's not weather. Oh no, we're just waiting on the grip. Savannah Donna-Mescal getting things right equipment-wise. That's key. Before our match gets rocking and rolling again, Alex Gruskin here, how to differentiate. Ad side there, the player on court, that's Abby Nugent. Butler Jr. And allegedly, I'm not saying this is true, but according to Xavier coach Doug Matthews, who I'm fortunate to call a friend, given the overlap we've now had, half-decade together in this sport, allegedly I called them the Mustangs and not the Musketeers earlier this week. I dispute that. We'll have to check the tape. I actually don't dispute it. That sounds very much up my alley. But the Musketeers, winner of the conference 4 straight seasons. That's NCAA individual berths each of the last 4 team berths, excuse me, each of the last 4 years. Last year, they were on the cusp of the second round, a heartbreaking 4-3 loss to Notre Dame. This team lost their top 2 from last season, but they bring in freshman Claro, and they bring in 5-star recruit Madeline Rexroad, who we saw compete in the singles draw earlier this week. I liked her game. They bring back their 3-6 from last year's singles lineup. This team's ready to pick things up right where they left off. Search for a 5th consecutive conference title. Already qualified into the NCAA tournament. But now Conference Masters on the line. It'll be App State's Ramanashen to serve first. Folks, let's play some tennis. Of course, head coach Hannah Fetters, now in year 2 on the job for the App State women. How'd she do in year 1? Oh, just a ho-hum 15-11. Helped lead the Mountaineers to their first Sun Belt tournament title match in program history. That was a mouthful. Let's say that again. Led them to the tournament final. Sun Belt tournament final for the first time in program history at a program record tying 15 wins. Excellent hands there at the net from Donna Mescal. So again, this is certainly a team bringing back a Savannah Data Mescala 121 singles match. It had a 16-match win streak, was first team All Sun Belt honoree. Ramanashan back as well. It's a team that's looking to take another step forward here in year 2. But gripped and ripped. Abby Nugent finds the center. Winds have calmed down a little bit from this morning, but still swirling. Certainly going to play a factor here. As lob's always a feat of any doubles final here. It's an early deciding point in the service game of Isabel Ramanashan. And they hold that love. Dada Mescala saying, I'll take care of this overhead. A little more diligent with the footwork behind that one. So 1-love opening set. It's our only match right now active on the grounds of this Rome Tennis Center. Of course, a bunch of results already in the books. Constellation finals played. We also, of course, have already crowned our singles champions. A congratulations to Notre Dame junior Sebastian Domingo. Old Dominion senior Sophia Johnson, your 2024 ITA Conference Masters singles champions. Of course, we saw our 3-4 matches decided. Vanderbilt, Celia Bell-Moore, Sophia Webster clinching their NCAA tournament berths. A congratulations to them. A congratulations, of course, as well to Charlotte's Matias Iturbe. Vasco Prada here. It's the junior Abby Nugent serving first for Xavier. Quick discussion there. Nugent, I think, thought the serve was out, and she stopped to appeal to the chair. The chair saying, hey, if you're questioning a call like that, you got to do it a little quicker. Remember, if you play an out serve, the server questions, and it was out, that server will get a second serve. All it did was delay, as Xavier does put a hold on the board, 4-1 all. Yeah, when in doubt, send it out of the stadium. Early break point chance again. He's putting returns in play. Making App State earn it early. Nah, the overhead a little shaky early. It's the right play. For Appalachian State, you have to remember to stay the course, but if you're Xavier, you'll take the errors. And with them, it's an early break, 2-1 lead here, opening set women's doubles final. Alex Gruskin here, in case you're just joining us again, singles champions already crowned. Congratulations to Sebastian Domingo, a straight set winner over Pacific's Thiago Silva. Of course, Domingo, Silva, Thomas Pulsell of Georgia, and Anton Arjunkin of Western Michigan clinching their spots into the NCAA tournament by reaching the semifinals here this weekend. For the women, and congratulations to Sophia Johnson, a straight set winner earlier today over Gracie Epps, though Epps of Oklahoma State, Onyalomo Quadre of FIU, and Katja Wiersholm of Cal all clinching their spots into the NCAA tournament in Waco as well. Of course, coming up 11 o'clock on its own feed here on the Cracked Racquets YouTube channel. Top two seeds going to do battle in our men's doubles final. That's going to be a fun one. Mississippi State's Jovanovic, Sanchez Martinez taking on Notre Dame's Peter Nod, Sebastian Domingo, Chris Halioris on the call for that one. For us, this is the focus. First point, App State, 2-1 though. Early break lead for the Xavier Musketeers. apologies, was on mute there. Xavier leading 3-2 on the change of ends. He missed a great rant about this new NCAA fall. I love the feature that everyone qualifies their way into the tournament. Yes, the rankings make sense. I had no problem with the past criteria. You play so many matches during the year. We figure out who the best players are, but that's 3-2 remains the lead here for Xavier. I just love this Conference Masters format. The idea that every conference gets a representative, and from there it's a level playing field. Roll the balls out, let's figure out what happens. To see players from Pacific, Western Michigan, Xavier, and App State all earn qualifying bids this week. That was the intent of this event. Love that play, though. That's what App State does. Take the ball early, take the ball out of the air, get forward to the net. Now it's break point chances right back for App State. Ooh. And I don't think she clipped a piece either. Yeah. Missed both the service box and Data Mescal, so it is a break back. We've all been there. I have a story. My junior year of high school, I'll never forget. Shanked a serve beautifully, just right off the foot of my opponent at the net. Very next game, he fired his very first serve right back at me. That's a fantastic first point. For what it's worth, I took the option of laughing at it. I thought it was pretty funny. Maybe that's why I do what I do today. Also helped that we were up on the scoreboard, so I was like, all right, you got your one back. We can all laugh now. This was fun. As was this exchange and this definitive overhead. Again, you missed the overheads early, but you had to keep charging forward because if you're making a bet, Yes! Yes! I don't know if I grabbed it in time. It might have been outside of our 10-second replay window. Tell me it wasn't. Tell me we got the tweener. We did get the tweener. Oh. Isabella Ramanashan, thank you for the highlight. It's our shot of the ITA Conference Masters. Just to finish the thread, though, if I'm making a bet on a format, on a style of play, I want to be the team that's aggressive. I want to be the team moving forward. Even if there are some errors early on, trust that your tactics will win out at the end. Trust in your tennis, and that's what App State's doing here now as they've flipped the script and taken control. Here in set number 1. And I muted myself for all of that. I apologize. Wanted to show you that tweener one more time. And that English! The ball moved right to left. A conscious choice to let that ball bounce. Play that fun shot for us. And again, Clara Owen with the overhead sailing long, rewarding the creativity. Tennis gods smile upon someone who provides us such entertainment. They continue to press forward. I mean, come on. Had that gone in, we should just stop the match and give Ramanashan all the trophies. Love Dada Mescal there holding her ground. But I also love the decision from the freshman there, Clara Owen, not to let that ball drop. Owen serving on the far side, 3-4. They've got the momentum. Of course, it was fun to learn yesterday, both from Ohio, but didn't realize Clara Owen and Abby Nugent grew up 10 minutes from each other, grew up playing tennis together. Freshman Clara Owen called it a dream, this run this week. Love that move. Yep. You missed the overheads in game 1 to make them here in game 8. This is going to work no matter who they play. And again, you look last season for this App State team in year 1 under head coach Hannah Fetters. Program tying, record tying 15 wins. First appearance in the tournament conference tournament final. You look at the overlap of who they bring back from last season. And then you bring in the 2 new pieces here. Oh, excuse me, the 1 new piece. In Romana Shen, you bring back Dada Mescal for another season. Well, now the overhead's not missing. Scoreboard behind, obviously, they'll get it updated. There we go. Little 2-point swing for us. Better team won set 1. They were down early, but the aggressiveness of Appalachian State's Isabella Romanashan. Savannah Dada Mescal, 6-3 opening set. They take, what, the final 5 games? And with it, 1 set away from the title. One more time, recap what you might have missed earlier today. Tip of the cap to Notre Dame junior Sebastian Domingo. We know the level he's capable of. Heck, he's already accomplished All-American status in his first 2 years on the job. But here, start year number 3, he picks up a national level title, capturing the ITA Conference Masters crown here. 6-3, 6-4 win over Pacific junior Tiago Silva. Domingo didn't drop a set all week long. Drop serve maybe twice. I don't think he dropped serve today, in which case he only dropped serve once all week. And look, the big lefty, it took him a little bit to get going this fall, but he is a dark horse contender to capture the singles title in Waco. Of course, tip of the cap to the other NCAA qualifiers. Again, Pacific's Tiago Silva, just the second in program history to do that. Anton Arjankin of Western Michigan, first since 1977 for the Bronco men. And then Georgia senior Thomas Pulsell going to get to end his career with one more NCAA tournament's bid. Good job by him, too, to grind out that quarterfinal 7-6 in the third win. Meanwhile, for the women, Sophia Johnson, 6'3", 6'4". She knocked out Oklahoma State sophomore Gracie Epps, the All-American. Going to have an opportunity to outdo her round of 16 performance last year, back into the field after coming oh so close at both the regional and ITA All-American events earlier this fall. Of course, for Epps, the fresh start this season at Oklahoma State, the perfect start as she joins teammates Komar Kajuru in the field. Oklahoma State pre-sectional results also happening this weekend, but they were one of now 3 teams, Stanford, Auburn, Oklahoma State, with 3 women in the singles field. Of course, tip the cap to semifinalists Cal's Katja Wiersholm, FIU's Onyalomo Quadre, as they each clinch berths into the NCAA singles field with their semifinal appearances as well. Meanwhile, here we go. Set number 2, what can Nugent, Owen, the Xavier Musketeer pairing do to right the ship here? Correct course. Do a little more dictating here in set number 2. We'll find out. It's the veteran, the junior Nugent, serving here first. And it's a set and a break lead for Donna Pascal. Romanashin continuing the pace we saw to end set number 2, as again, the App State duo 6-3, one love lead, of course, coming up. I thought it was an 11 o'clock start. I apologize. Obviously, Sebastian Domingo playing in the singles final. He wanted some time to grab a late breakfast, early lunch, or I guess in his case, a true brunch before getting back out on court for the start of the doubles final. So that's a noon Eastern time start. Depending on the timing of this one, I may go join Chris Halliors for the broadcast of that match. It'll be on the other feed here on the Cracked Racquets ITA YouTube channels. That's an interesting play. And the longer the winding, I apologize, I hit the replay function too soon. The longer the point, though, that's where Xavier wants to be. They're not going to lose those baseline-to-baseline exchanges. That's why it is so incumbent upon App State to get forward. Perfect. Perfect response. From the decision from Dada Mescal to play that first overhead out of the air, from the decision of Ramanujan to the decision of Ramanujan, excuse me, to follow it forward. And they say, let's go to the vet. Abby Nugent will return here on the due side for Xavier. Ramanujan here serving. I agree with the call. A close miss, but a miss indeed. So App State does consolidate the early second set lead for 2-love. And by the way, that's partnership. That's teamwork. I always say a good doubles partnership is like a marriage. You got to make compromises. For me, it was always a ball like that. That middle third overhead. Dada Mescal, much like my partner Max Rothman, just more comfortable with it. The bigger weapon. So, yeah, Ramanujan may have been in better position, but Dada Mescal called her off. It was the right call. Just like that was the right decision there from Ramanujan. And the trust from Dada Mescal, whose inclination is go back and hit that overhead. Ramanujan says, no, this one I'm in a better position for. Trust my speed. And the junior says, okay, I do. That felt a little dramatic from the chair. In the best sense, by the way, the exaggerated, I like it. It was out, made the call pronounced. Dada Mescal there connecting on a second serve return, and both hands are on the reins right now. App State looking to pull the card away. Now we're talking. Back's pushed against the wall to find a lob like that. Impressive stuff from freshman Clara Owen. Yep, it's perfect. Xavier's going to come back. They got to find a hold here. Textbook. And there's no better feeling in the world on a tennis court knowing your move was done correctly, knowing all you're going to have to do is spike down. It's my favorite feeling. It sets up breakpoint chances that aren't quite de facto match point chances, but boy, do you like App State's look if they break here. Oh, okay. Sustained smile on the face of head coach Hannah Fetters. She's got her team right where she wants them. Romanishin to take the return. Says thank you very much. Into the forest it goes. App State's Dada Mescal Romanishin set and double break 3-love lead. It's textbook doubles. It really is good stuff. Barring a complete tactical switch from Owen and Nugent, I'm not sure how they're going to find their way out of this sort of deficit with the continued aggression of this App State pairing. Again, Alex Gruskin here. Men's doubles final coming up at noon. Notre Dame's Peter Nad, Sebastian Domingo taking on Mississippi State's Benito Sanchez-Martinez. Peter Jovanovic, worth noting. Domingo, Jovanovic, Sanchez-Martinez all already qualifying for the singles draw, as well as the NCAA doubles draw now here this week. So going to get to see their faces quite a bit here over the next 9 days. As, by the way, those NCAA individual championships, they start in 9 days. November 19th in Waco. Our Cracked Racquets team very excited. We're going to be a part of the coverage. I think we're allowed to announce it's on ESPN+. If not, there you go. Coverage, first ball, the last of all the action. Here's Dada Mescal serving. As App State tries to put this Conference Masters title match in their back pocket. Well, would you look at this? Maybe, just maybe, it can be something. Breakpoint chances. They just keep finding their way in the big moments, and so often it's by pushing forward. Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Romanishin. They're 2 games away, 6-3-4 love. That's better. So it steadies the ship. Claro and Abby Nugent do put a game on the board here in set number 2. Still the double break 4-1 lead for App State, Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Romanishin. Obviously, you'd much rather be the pairing of App State upperclassmen as they close in on the title here at the 2024 ITA Conference Masters Championships. Of course, after today, we're going to know what the NCAA tournament field looks like. ITA sectional championships happening across the country. I've already seen the tweets firing off on social media. More players booking their spots into the main draw with wins over the past couple of days. I mentioned earlier Gracie Epps and Oklahoma State being one of 3 teams with 3 women in the field. I think that's no longer the case. I'm pretty sure Carson Tangillig has gotten in, meaning her, Rabman, Evans. That's 3 for UNC. I'm sure I'm missing some others. Fun weekend of college tennis. A fun match here as Romanishin serves. Set and double break, 6-3-4-1 lead. The overheads just keep on firing. It's an easy hold for 5-1, so now the scoreboard pressure is squarely on the shoulders of Xavier's Clara O and Abby Nugent as this App State pairing, Donna Mescal, Ramana Shen, they've been aggressive and they've been consistent with that aggression really since the first 10 minutes finished. I haven't seen a let court ace yet this week. Thought we might get one. Of course, you play the lets here in college. But trickles back over to the side of Xavier, and so freshman Clara Owen in some trouble. 15-30, App State 2 points away. And it is another overhead. It's been the difference. App State's success behind those shots and just the frequency with which they've hit them. Match points coming. A moment for the Mountaineers to remember forever. Their NCAA tournament dancing. Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Ramonashed, your 2024 ITA Conference Masters Champions. And again, of course, a tip of the cap to Xavier's Clara Owen, Abby Nugent. They accomplished the mission. They're headed to Waco. They're into the NCAA tournament field. Plenty for head coach Doug Matthews and Xavier to celebrate as they prepare for the start of the event, in 9 days. But today belongs to App State. And Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Ramonashen, the performance they put together, the aggression they played with from start to finish. A fantastic performance. It's going to lead to them walking away with some hardware. Again, 6-3, 6-1, they take it. So, 3 of our 4 finals now officially in the books. One more time to run you through everything we've seen here to start Championship Sunday. Began with Sebastian Domingo, the Notre Dame junior, 6'3", 6'4". He knocked out Pacific junior Tiago Silva to take the men's singles crown. Of course, Domingo, Silva, Western Michigan's Anton Erzonkin, and Georgia's Thomas Paulsell all qualifying for the NCAA tournament with their success this week in Rome. For the women, it was Sophia Johnson, the Old Dominion junior, 6'3", 6'4", and it was a very high-level bout between her and Oklahoma State sophomore Gracie Epps. Great to see the former blue chip recruit healthy and playing her best tennis once again. Of course, those two going to be joined by FIU junior Onyalomo Quadre, Cal senior Katja Wiersholm, semifinalists again clinching their spots into the NCAA tournament. Of course, what we just saw, women's doubles, all wrapped up. A congratulations to the 5 through 8 seeded pairing from App State, Savannah Dada Mescal, Isabella Ramanathan, your 2024 ITA Conference Masters champions. Straight set win over Xavier's Clara Owen and Abby Nugent, but of course the Xavier pairing as well as top seed Vanderbilt's CB Moore, Sophia Webster through to the NCAA tournament. Moore and Webster a 3-set win earlier today over Sacramento State's Riva and Ferreros. All that's left, hand out a men's doubles crown. That's what we'll do, of course, noon on our other Cracked Rackets ITA Conference Masters feed. Sebastian Domingo is going for the Conference Masters sweep. He and teammate freshman Peter Nad taking on the Mississippi State juniors Peter Jovanovic. Benito Sanchez Martinez, of course, a congratulations to UNC Charlotte's pairing. Matias Iturbe, Vasco Prada winning the 3-4 match in straight sets over Hawaii's Visaya and Snyder, so they clinched their berth. And now we just got one match to go. Again, that match starting in 20 minutes on our other Cracked Rackets YouTube channel feed. So we're going to wrap things up here on this one. Of course, a thank you to all of you tennis fans who tuned in throughout the course of the week. It's been a fantastic week of action here in Rome, and to get the opportunity to see so many representatives from teams, conferences who just may not otherwise have had a spotlight shined on them. You see the level they all put forward. It's as good as any level we see across the country. It speaks to the depth we now have, the quality of coaching, the quality of programs across the NCAA Division I spectrum. And again, what a pleasure it's been to broadcast this week's action from Rome. A thank you to the ITA team, Cody, Zach, Josh, everyone on site who helps make this action possible. A thank you to them for allowing us to shine a spotlight on all of that action as well. Of course, for my team, Daniel Westoff, Dalton Thieneman, thank you to them, as always, for what they do behind the scenes to make these broadcasts possible. Of course, we still got one more broadcast to go. Chris Halioris on the call for our men's feed. Again, it'll be Sebastian Domingo, Peter Nad taking on Peter Jovanovic. Benito Sanchez Martinez of Mississippi State. I will probably be joining Chris for that broadcast, but in case I don't, for everyone who contributed to all of our coverage here this week, I'm your host, Alex Gruskin. You've been watching the 2024 ITA Conference Masters Championships. Coming up at noon Eastern Time, our men's doubles final, Mississippi State's Peter Jovanovic and Benito Sanchez Martinez taking on Notre Dame's Sebastian Domingo and Peter Nad.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.
New balls, please. At Dunlop, we've been making tennis balls for over 100 years. Balls played at more tournaments globally than any other brand. Officially endorsed by the ATP Tour. Performance runs through our DNA. Dunlop, the #1 ball on tour.
I've always loved the game of tennis.
Everyone's a big family here.
It's about camaraderie because it's family.
I consider my tennis family part of my overall family.
That's what I like about it most. The friendships you develop.
I look so forward to coming to these events and seeing my friends that I've made through the years.
If you love the game, give back to the game.
You become the calm in the storm.
You can decide how much you want to work and how much you don't want to work.
You never stop learning.
Every time I work an event, I always learn something.
It takes time, it takes experience.
Find your niche. We need you, and I think you will find it very rewarding.
Get out there, start trying to do it, and see if you like it.